Welcome back to Skåne Startups video series. Skåne Startups is southern Sweden's grassroots startup community organization, meaning it's by entrepreneurs and for entrepreneurs. We have a few local communities: Malmö startups, Lund startups, Helsingborg startups, and women in entrepreneurship. In today's video, we are going to discuss everything about going from a founding team to hiring. It is a super relevant video for anyone with a startup who wants to grow a team, and I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed making it. Time for a pizza party!
I'd like to love you, love you. I'd like to love you, love you. I'd like to love you.
My name is Ilja Koren, and until recently I was the VP People at Orbital Systems. When I joined the business, we were about 8, and at peak we grew to around 60 employees, and if you include the consultants, we were almost 80. Any entrepreneur, any founding team should have a strategic plan for the people side of the business and not see it as something that will take care of itself later. It's a common mistake to hire the mirror image of yourself rather than really finding the best person for the role, and that also will enable a more diverse team, which a lot of studies show is better for any company. At Orbital, we focus very much on our employees, obviously making sure that they're thriving and happy and are great referrals, because great people know great people, and using investors, friends of the firm, using the startup community at large, that mitigates the risk a bit. No one is better at hiring than the group. As much as possible, the candidate should meet several people in the company and also meet the team, and just from a employee engagement, that's a great aspect. In general, in a startup, you want to have employees who thrive in a growth and startup environment, and figuring out what are the aspects, what are the cultural aspects of the candidate that you know works with the team you have and the stars you have in the current team. So it's also, apart from the hard facts, putting in the value-based questions, and we had pretty much 50-50 of the role-specific questions in our interview process and value-based questions. Also see the recruitment process as an important employer branding tool. In the end, all of these candidates should have a wow experience, and the goal should be that everyone should be your company ambassador, because you never know, maybe it's for next time you're hiring, this person will be great, or they might know someone that will fit. So it's important to take the process seriously, put a lot of effort to ensuring that everyone will get a great experience at every stage of the process.
Perfect. We're done. Offices of Engaging Care. It's really beautiful here. Let me show you around.
Please don't talk about me when I'm gone. Oh honey, though our friendship ceases from now on. Please don't talk about me when I'm gone. Oh honey, though our friendship ceases from now on.
Hello, my name is Charlotta Tönsgård. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Engaging Care, and we want to scale healthcare exponentially. So we were founded about a year ago. We are 12 today, and our first external hire was, I guess it was in March. That's a difficult question. I guess it very much depends on what type of role it is. If you're looking for someone with a very specific skill, then of course you need to make sure that the person have that. But I think one of the challenges being a startup is that the roles are changing over time. So you're always hiring both for the needs that you have exactly today, but you also kind of need to look into the future and try to figure out what this person maybe could turn into a few years down the line. I would say that personality almost always trumps. If you don't have a person who can fit into the team, it's very little chance that that person will actually be its best. But then I guess it very much depends on how much time you have. If you have a very short amount of time and you need to get something out there, then perhaps the person needs to have very specific skills so they can get started right away. But long term, I think curiosity is the most important one. Because again, in a startup, the things that you start working with today, it won't be the things that you're going to do, even maybe 3 months down the line. So being open and know that you need to learn things, I think that is super, super important. Well, my advice would be to talk to each other. There are so many things in a startup that you yourself maybe have never done before, but there is probably someone in your network that has. So even if it's just getting advice, if you're thinking about hiring someone but you're uncertain about something, then ask others for advice. Maybe even ask them to meet with the person. Because I think if you look in the network around the startups here, there is all experience we need to build amazing companies.
Thank you so much. Just came out for my interview with Charlotta. Wow. We all know how important it is with people, but I don't think all of us, I mean, I didn't at least know all of these methods and steps and things to think about. So, yeah, but no resting for me. Now it is time to go to an event in Helsingborg, so I'll see you there. It has become time for me to interview myself. My name is Aisha Mossberg. I work with communications and events for Skåne startups, and I'm also the head of Helsingborg startups. And if you have a good memory, you will remember that Ilja from Orbital Systems in his interview mentioned that diversity is proven to be beneficial for businesses. And that is what I'm here to talk about today. So I have a few numbers to share with you. The first number is 20%. It is proven that innovation revenue increases when the share of female leaders in the startup or in the company increases to over 20%. If you have less than 20% female leaders in your startup, it does nothing for innovation revenue. What also increases is your return on equity, return on invested capital, and your return on assets. So having at least 20% female leaders in your startup should be at least a benchmark number that you try to reach in order to gain a competitive advantage. Another number that I want to talk about is 60%. It is proven that men will apply for a job even if they only fit 60% of the job description. Women, however, need to fit almost 100% to feel like they can apply for this job. So if you feel like you're putting out ads and no one is applying, maybe the problem is that you're being too specific. If you say that you need 10 years of experience within the field, a man will apply even if he only has 6 years experience, while the woman, if she doesn't have enough experience, she probably won't apply. So my advice to you, if you want to get more women to apply for your jobs, is be a bit more vague and think over what numbers really are a must in order to make sure that you have a more diverse group of applicants, especially you who need to reach that 20% benchmark. Because a diverse company with diverse backgrounds and experiences helps innovation and helps revenue. With that said, we're done for today. Roll to outro. Thank you so much for watching. This episode was such a joy making, and I really hope you enjoyed watching it too. If you liked what you saw, please give it a big thumbs up, comment and share it with anyone you think would find this information useful. And as usual, the information about everyone involved in this episode will be in the description box on YouTube or up above on Facebook. Don't forget to follow us on social media. Our local communities, Malmö Startup, Helsingborg Startups, and Lund Startups have their own Facebook pages that you should follow. And if you want to find more information about community jobs, events, or subscribe to our newsletter, please go on skånestartups.com to find out more information about that. I'll see you in the next video that will be posted in 3 weeks. Until then, thank you and bye-bye.